Hello all, and welcome back to HighPriest Reacts to something a little special this time. Adamwestslapdog's Majora's Mask, the Abridged series. This is one of those granddaddy Abridged series, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. It's just one that's not well remembered. It's the granddaddy of video game Abridged series. It's also finally got finished after years and years and years. Like a few weeks ago, the last two episodes were posted. I think both of them are fairly short. I did not actually check the second episode, so you'll need to give me a moment, because I might just go ahead and bundle both episodes together, because how short they are, maybe not. I'm not even sure if this will really turn out well, but I want to try it because, like, I want to actually shine some light on this little dark corner of the internet that hasn't been seen in a while, of YouTube that hasn't been seen in a while. It's not terrible, or it's not going to be great. I already tell you this. Whatever humor and charm he had ran out a while ago, and I think that's probably because he just hasn't been as interested in doing it himself. Was the literal years between updates. It's only 15 episodes long, and it's taken almost, I'm pretty sure, 8 years, maybe? But after he popped up, a bunch of copycats popped up, didn't Ocarina of Time Abridges. Also, because that's what he started on. With the exception of Never 12, who originally tried to do a general Zelda series Abridged, but eventually decided just to stick to the main one he was using at the moment, Twilight Princess. A lot of those people went on to do Majora's Mask, or another game after. Most people stopped after that point. Some of them actually have went on to make actual anime Abridged series, like Log Horizon Abridged. That's actually made by one of the groups that started off with Ocarina of Time. Some of those people are better than Adamwestslapdog. Some people are about on par. But it's an interesting phenomenon, the video game Abridged series, because of how extraordinarily limited you are when abridging this stuff compared to most series. Some people managed to be very creative with what they were doing. I didn't like. I ultimately stopped enjoying what they were doing with that creativity, but I'll give them points for being creative, like the T-Files by Big T. And yes, this is looks like a shitty camera shot of his own, or someone else's video, claiming to be him. Alright, let's actually watch this. I'm honestly curious what this is.
Hey people, Adamwestslapdog here with some big news. Turns out Cage 500, aka that guy who stole the last episode from me all those years ago, finally uploaded it to his channel, meaning I can make a copy of it from there and upload it to my channel. It'll be like it was never gone. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, you win, do you, Cage? Well, I disagree. I think it is in fact me who is the one who wins. In fact, I think I win.
He has not changed in voice in all that time.
I'll show you. You really slipped up this time, Cage.
There's no bridging going on here except a little bit from that thing. What he's been doing. I'm basically recording my reaction to his reaction to his own video.
Man, this episode's kinda loud. I should plug my headphones in. There we go. That's better. You know, I'm not usually one to laugh at my own jokes, but
Oh
like
my
that
god.
one. That one's pretty funny.
Christ, the cringe.
Oh wait, if the headphones are plugged in, then you guys can't hear it. Doy. Yeah, hold on. There we go. That should help. Now I just need to keep this up for another 10 or so minutes, and we'll finally have the entirety of the final episode back. Man, it feels good to win. Wait, did I remember to charge the battery on...
I got fucking trolled on my own video, on my reaction video. Okay. The actual episode 15 is the actual last episode, meaning this was just a troll episode preceding him releasing the episode. Cage was another person from that time period. I don't really remember most very well, honestly. It's been years. Honestly, these guys were bigger to me than TFS at the time. I was big fans. Ironically, the ones I mentioned, Nebbit1212 and the T-Files actually did do some stuff together. Nebbit1212's still around, by the way. You should check him out. He does Let's Plays now. See, this is why I'm doing it. This only has a little above 7,000 views. And it's gonna be even terrible watching it from me like this, so you guys should go watch both of them yourself. Give his entire series a try. Maybe not if you don't like the start of it, okay? I admit, he's not the funniest individual out there. It's not even as good as modern TFS or even mid-modern TFS. Because much like how you ever started, Little Crevo started out, he started out with just himself. So, ironically, as this community, the game abridging community grew, usually around Zelda. Seriously, I don't know what it is, but almost nobody ever bothered with anything outside Zelda in this little community. But to be fair, there were a lot of Zelda games to work with. And again, some people managed to be somewhat creative, to very creative. Close, like I said, T-Files. That guy went on, Big T2000. He went on to, God, it's just a nostalgia smorgasbord for me. Well, see you guys 20 years from when my girl branch. That's priceless. Like, okay, I think I should explain how long it's been. Let me go find, let's see. His last video at all, which is a strange review of Chibi Robos. If Flash didn't do reviews, is 1 year ago. He did a 7-second Breath of the Wild review at the same time. And then 4 years ago, here we go, episode 13. 6 years ago. 6 years! Then another year between that and episode 12. Things were a bit quicker about 8 years ago, because, well, his account was suspended. I forgot that happened. And he does a bunch of other weird shit here and there, everywhere. It does remind me, though, about another thing. Like, is that, you know, these guys were big then. They might not look at it if you look at the views, but they were. They were big for their time. It's just what counts as big, inflated massively as YouTube grew. And with it, most of these people got left behind. I do really recommend check out Nev at 12 stuff. Not only for his Abridged series, but he actually does, like that, he does Let's Plays now, so I recommend checking those out. He also, while I admit his Let's Plays aren't funny, and Snevitt does do these little side videos in addition to all his Let's Plays, which are generally funnier than the Let's Plays themselves. Though only because if you really watch, though a lot of times they aren't as funny unless you watch the Let's Plays themselves. Yeah. These guys, these different people used to be big, and then now they're forgotten entirely under even Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. And I felt that was a little wrong. Even if they're not great, they are part of the history of Abridging, and it feels wrong that they got overlooked for everyone else. They should at least be studied a little bit when talking about this stuff. It was a very divergent path. Final Fantasy VII Machine Bridge was the first time I've seen someone do it since then, and they just did it so much better. I really do think if TFS wanted to, they could do stuff like Delta Abridged and do it fantastically. So, but at this point, they'd probably be still sound like they might steal a couple of jokes from all the other guys, because there were a dozen. I'm serious. There are like 6 or 7 Zelda Abridges out there for just Ocarina of Time. And then there's Adamwestslapdog's big 2 original series where he mashed up a bunch of shit, and with each one nominally taking place in Ocarina of Time's Hyrule and Majora's Mask Termina, but not even remotely following the story. Like, oh yeah, Link Hyrule Assassin, that was it. That was a trippy ass series. I don't even know if Big T's even has done anything since then. I'm not even sure if I'm still subscribed to him. I'm surprised I'm still subscribed to this guy, honestly. That's the thing. It's been so long. A year since his last video. And 6 years since the last Abridged. And people thought they had to wait a lot. Thought Little Karibo was slow. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, since I took so long talking about this and the past and all this, I think I will put this up. I might not have reacted much, but I got trolled by this guy, so I think that's funny. I think that's chuckle-worthy enough. I think people should will at least might get a kick out of that, watching my, oh, what the fuck am I watching moment. And then I could actually watch the last episode. I don't even remember anything else, and I'm not even going to bother rewatching. I want myself to be baffled and confused. It'll be confusing to me. Anyways, yeah, that's that out, and I'll be back with the last episode of this. See ya.